Hello, hello, hello to you. This is the Inspirational Treasure, aka Apostle Treasure, Coach Treasure, Shalonda Treasure Williams Lenard, the author, Prophet Shalonda. Whatever treasure you're looking for, we are all here, honey, just trying to be everything that the great I am has saw fit for me to be. Because like the fullness of who I am already is somewhere, right? Just like the fullness of who you are already is. It's happening. You're already that. And we are just here to come into agreement with that person and strive and live and grow and expand until we reach the heights of our strength so that we can loan that strength to others to be able to do the same. So I embrace me. I'm grateful for everything that I'm being shown, every revelation, as I ask God to lead me and guide me into all truth. As I have decided to pursue in greater measure the mind of Christ, now that I understand it a little bit more than before. I'm just grateful for the liberty that has been allotted to us. We are not slaves, we are not in bondage, and that mindset has to shift in order for us to come into the fullness of our own. We have got to stop making people feel bad for growing, for expanding, for choosing their path. We have got to stop being so judgmental, right? We are, especially in I grew up, like everybody knows, I grew up in Christianity, heavy, strong. So it took for me to begin to look and navigate in that space, because I don't believe that I'm not a Christian. I believe that I'm more one now, right? If that makes sense to somebody. But I've always been a loving person. But now love literally is the center of everything. Whereas that's not what we were really taught growing up. Some places, I think. But mostly it was more about hating the person that you are, because God hates certain things and you don't need to be that, and we avoid this and avoid that. We've been taught from a slavery mindset, of course, to keep bondage and control and all of that, and we taught that to our children, and our children are teaching it. Preferably our children won't teach it. They will live something different if we rise up. But we have got to get out of this space where we make people feel bad for growth. In this love walk approach that I talk about, we got to take responsibility for ourselves, right? Because we are God incarnate, love incarnate. I'm gonna say this that's in my mind for another time, but the revelation that God gave me concerning some things, not for this moment, but this moment is for us to take responsibility for our own selves, our own healing, and because we'll understand what it means to heal and to grow and to expand, we'll never hinder somebody else from doing the same again. We'll never stop another person from going within themselves, seeing what's around that heart that needs to be circumcised. No, we'll cheer them on to do that, even if that means they have to go another direction than we do, even if that means their path is not the same as ours. Your path is yours, and it's going to take a lot for you to really rest in that. So start resting. Because in order for us to heal this land, for the kingdom of God to be made manifest in the earth, that one accordness, where I reverence the kingdom of God in me, you reverence the kingdom of God in you, and we all do that. In other words, we reverence love in us, and we continue to work on that narrative. Something's going to change. Something's going to shift. You're going to realize that even if y'all were super duper close in one season, because y'all had an agreement on, oh, we both like this, we both love this, and we besties, and that's my dude, that's my girl, that's my whatever. Shoot, even that's my coach, or that's my pastor, or my teacher, or whatever. Those things can shift and change as you shift and change. I know for a fact that many people get stuck in this life because they're afraid to disappoint other people. Guess what? I understand it because I'm there. Been there. Not as much there anymore, but definitely been there. To where I was afraid to speak this truth and to really help people to understand that this is a walk of maturity. It's growth at its finest. And that the example of parent and child is a good place to sit that. Because as a parent, our job is to help equip our children for life, right? My position was to equip my children in their hearts to the best of my ability, show them how to have empathy for other people. I was doing that even before I understood what the fullness of what love really is. Love is accepting people as they are because God has their personal journey right there. And if we, in our weak places, in our hurt and broken places, are so codependent on other people, we will never be able to grow. And when they grow, we're disappointed in them, we're angry, we're mad, we want to be pissed off, we want to make them feel bad about it. And yeah, if that happens, then baby, it's time for you to get some coaching, some counseling, some therapy. It's time for you to work through your self-development, which I believe is spiritual development anyway. The more we work on ourselves, the more our essence, love, God, all things, the more that begins to shine bright like a diamond. Yes, we are living as God walks among us, as us, for us, among us. Everything, everybody, everything that exists. As us, we are God incarnate. That's what Christ Joshua came to help us to understand. And those who came before him that he learned from and got this message. This is the truth of the matter because God is omnipresent. He's everywhere at one time. The same time, all the time. Not separate from anything. And we are no exception. It doesn't exclude us. It includes us. Now, because God is still all things, we, person, this soul, this individual flesh, is not all things. But we are definitely fully God, fully human. That's what I was going to say earlier that I wasn't going to say because I ain't really in the mood for people to be trying to come from my head and, oh, that's not us. That was only Jesus. Not true. Not true. And Jesus did not want us to think it was only him. But with the work that he did on himself, he was elevated. It was so much. It's so much that God has shown me about it. And, well, really reiterated it because my heart has been like really tussling with this thing all of my life. And when God gave me the peace to settle in that, but also the humility to settle in that, because I'm not trying to be God in his wholeness, and none of us should really be trying to be that, because then that excludes everything and everybody else that's a part of the divine order of things, the just a part of the divine, period. So with that, we should know our power, our strength, but also be humble enough to remember that all things are. But when we get that together, we will never stop or try to hinder another person from existing. We won't, because we do unto others as we would have done unto us. And with that being the case, I want room to grow. I want room to mature in this love thing. I want room to be able to take off layers as I grow and I get older. I want to embrace getting older and living out just the gratefulness, the gratitude, and just living in that gratitude of having the opportunity to grow old. And I'm not trying to reverse it. I just want to be healthy doing it. So I'm going to work on that. And as I work on being healthy doing that, I'm going to continue on my path. Do I want to lose my friends and family and loved ones? Heck nah. I love them. So I want to grow with them if they allow me to. So give people some slack. Let them grow. Love you just because I can.